Impact Wrestling Sacrifice is this Saturday, March the 5th, 2022. It is match card and predictions time here on SCW. Going into the recording here, we've got 7 confirmed matches with, well, 1 match technically confirmed also to add on top, but we don't know quite who's going to be challenging Mickie James yet for the Knockouts Championship. We have a number 1 contenders match taking place this Thursday on Impact Wrestling. Lots to digest. I'm going to give you my predictions straight after you see this match card. So that's what we've got to look forward to. Plenty of great action this Saturday for Impact Wrestling. Just before we start the predictions, make sure to like this video, share with a friend as well, and subscribe as well if you haven't already. And watch time is key in 2022, trying to get SCW to monetization here on YouTube. But without further ado, let's get straight in with the first match, which I'm most looking forward to talking about. It is the leader of the Bullet Club, Jay White, battling his longtime mentor, Alex Shelley, in a dream match of epic proportions. That's right, Alex Shelley returns to Impact Wrestling for this match as well. We've not seen Alex Shelley for quite a while now in Impact. Is this a one and done? Is he going to be sticking around? Will we see perhaps a return of the Motor City Machine Guns teaming up with Chris Sabin again in the near future? Time will tell with a lot of that, but we're saying this match we're going to focus on. We know we've got that this Saturday. I expect Jay White to overcome all the odds here, but I'm expecting this to be a match of the night candidate. I'm really looking forward to it. Seeing these styles are meshed together in the ring, it's going to be really exciting stuff, and I think they can tell a great story as well with that mentorship in this match. But to give my prediction, of course, I can't go any other way than the Bullet Club leader, Jay White. Next, let's talk about the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. The Inspiration finally defending the championships against the Influence. We were supposed to have this match at Hard to Kill, then that got scrapped. We were supposed to get it then at No Surrender. That simply got scrapped as well. It is finally happening here at Sacrifice, and I'm really looking forward to this match because in the meantime, the Inspiration have kept this interesting, trying to influence, if you want, Caleb with a K, getting them to maybe take photos of them, almost seemingly trying to get him to go over to their side, really getting in his head. At times he's broke up an altercation in the background, which Madison Rayne's got really angry about. Tenille Dashwood has not been around for a long time either. It's good to see her back now in Impact Wrestling. Of course, she did lose to Havoc in a singles effort at the No Surrender pre-show, so it's going to be interesting how it's going to work here, because Caleb with a K could be an influence on how this is going to go down, but I'm going to stick with my guns here of what I thought initially with this. Tenille Dashwood has been away for a long time, and you wonder why, and this could play quite well into storyline terms. I think she is going to turn on Madison Rayne, and she is going to join the Inspiration, taking Caleb with a K with her. So Madison will be left all on her own, and the other two are going to join a group with the Inspiration. And I think that could be quite interesting, because with Cassidy and Jessica McKay as the tag team champions, we could then perhaps even get Tenille Dashwood pushing towards the top of the card, perhaps going for the Knockouts Championship in the next couple of months. So that's kind of why I think the storyline direction could be going here. And my final prediction will be the Inspiration to retain the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. Let's move from one World Tag Team Championship to another. The Impact World Tag Team titles, the Good Brothers, the champions, defending against Violent by Design. Now, these two teams have been almost a partnership of convenience for a long time, but of course now the Good Brothers have gone and joined in the Bullet Club in place of God. So now that they're aligned with Jay White, Eric Gunn wasn't so pleased about this. That means their working relationship is finished, but of course the whole goal all along was to take out every other team so that Violent by Design could get their shot at the Tag Team Championship. So they've got what they wanted. Obviously they're in this position now, they can go for the Tag Team titles. My only feeling is now that Bullet Club has had, a reformation, if you want. It seems to be very strong in this format. I don't think the Good Brothers are dropping those championships anytime soon. So for that reason, I'm going for the Good Brothers to retain those titles here, but this one could be an absolute bar burner. Expect chaos from start to finish with these two teams mixing it up in an Impact ring. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, Go back to the match that Doc Gallows had with Joe Doring 6 months ago, just before Emergence. These two had an absolute barn burn. In fact, the sky high through the staging at the top there. Both men were unable to continue. It was absolute chaos. I'll actually leave the link of this match in the description of this video, and I recommend you go and check it out after you finish this prediction video here on SCW. Let's move on to the X Division Championship, shall we? The champion, Trey Miguel, defending against Jake Something. Jake Something, of course, winning a number 1 contenders match, a fatal 4-way at No Surrender to earn this opportunity. Not the first time Jake Something has gone for the X Division Championship either. Of course, he had a great match against Josh Alexander at Emergence last year. I expect another breakout performance from Jake Something in this match, but I do expect it to be another losing effort. Of course, Jake Something didn't win against Josh Alexander last year. I expect him to be defeated by Trey Miguel here. I don't expect Trey Miguel to drop that championship until at least Rebellion. So Trey Miguel will be my prediction. Next, let's talk about the Impact World Championship, Moose versus Heath. Now, Heath is a great talker. I love the way Heath can put over a promo and make me invested in something that otherwise I wouldn't care about. But it doesn't matter how good Heath is at a promo. There is no way that Heath is winning the Impact World Championship. It's just the wrong place. It's just the wrong time. I do like how things were put together. The idea that Moose is not looking out for the Impact locker room has seemed to have no problem with Honor No More. And the question was thrown back, Heath, where were you at? Well, Heath has had COVID. He's been away, but he's come back now. He wants to defend Impact Wrestling, but he also wants to defend the company by winning the world title. Great promo work, but it's not going to change the result. Moose is retaining. I really hope Josh Alexander does return and we can get Josh Alexander versus Moose at Rebellion. Next, let's talk Jonah versus PCO. Jonah has been squashing superstars left, right and centre. He has wanted a proper challenge. He has been given PCO here at Sacrifice and seems happy with that challenge thrown in front of him. Of course, PCO is a part of Honor No More, one of the big boys. This is going to be two big men slapping meat and probably will be a very entertaining contest because both of them are very agile for their size as well. But when it comes to picking a prediction here, this is the one I'm probably most torn on the entire card. For me, Jonah should pick up the victory. I think that he's got, youth on his side if you want. He's got a lot of potential to go towards the top of the card. But PCO, Honor No More, they're still not long into the company. I feel like it could be a bit soon for PCO to take a loss here, and I do wonder if the other stablemates will have his back, therefore he would pick up the victory. So my head is telling me PCO, but my heart is telling me Jonah, and hey, I'm one of them people, I like to follow my heart. I will say Jonah as the prediction, but I wouldn't be surprised if this went either way, especially as PCO is probably expected at ringside for later in the evening because yes, the leader of Honor No More, Eddie Edwards, will be taking on Rhino in competition. Now, of course, Eddie Edwards turning his back on Impact Wrestling to join Honor No More. He was very upset with the idea of how Impact handled the situation with Kenny Omega being the world champion. Didn't mention Christian Cage, mind you, but yeah, Christian Cage in and amongst there as well, saying that Impact performers had let the side down each and every time they tried to get the world title back, and how Eddie Edwards was overlooked of being that guy that could represent Impact Wrestling. I love the storytelling, I love the way it's all been put together, and of course I like the fact that Rhino here is the guy going in against Eddie Edwards because, well, Rhino was going to go for that spear on Maria and he was the first one to take that kendo stick shot from Eddie Edwards when he turned on Impact Wrestling. So very interesting stuff indeed. Alicia Edwards has also been in and around with this story as well. I still hope she's going to join Eddie Edwards and join Honor No More. I think it'll be very interesting to see her a part of that dynamic personally, and I think it would really give her a key role in Impact going forward as well. So for me, that's something I really hope to see happen, but perhaps that's another story for another day. As I say, I expect all of the two teams, the Team Impact and the team of Honor No More, to all be around ringside for this one, so expect some dirty shenanigans to take place, but Eddie Edwards is not losing here. Eddie Edwards will pick up the victory over Rhino. Last but not least, let's talk about the Knockouts Championship, shall we? Because we've got a number one contenders match taking place this Thursday on Impact TV. Now, of course, I've got no idea of the spoilers, no idea which way it's going to go, but it will be either Chelsea Green or Tasha Steelz going against Mickie James at Sacrifice. And personally for me, if it was me booking it, I would do a screwy finish, have it be a draw, and do a three-way. I think that would be the most entertaining match I think we could see at this point. I do think that's possibly the most likely case scenario, but I'm going to go with every prediction for every case scenario. So say Tasha Steelz wins on Thursday against Chelsea Green. I think Mickie James will retain the Knockouts Championship. I think the long-term story is Mickie versus Chelsea, perhaps first as friends and then later as enemies, foes, because I think Chelsea Green is eventually going to turn heel on Mickie James, and that could happen if they would have a singles match at Sacrifice. I think that would be possibly the placeholder to do that, because you've got them in a singles match. So I reckon Chelsea Green would potentially win the championship if that was the case, although maybe the story could develop further if Chelsea was to lose clean, same way that Matt Cardona lost clean in the World Championship match at Hard to Kill. Chelsea Green perhaps could lose the first time, and then obviously we see the turn and she wins the championship the second time around. So again, even though I said a second ago maybe Chelsea Green could win it and could make sense, again I think Mickie James retains here, and I think the story is delayed a little bit later. Lastly, if we get the freeway that I'm hoping will happen, I personally think that Mickie James will pick up the victory over Tasha Steelz, and I think it could be a case where maybe Chelsea had the match won and Mickie James finds a way to swoop in and pick up that pinfall, therefore setting her match between them two at Rebellion, where it can be built as the friendship, and that's where you get the big turn at Rebellion. Chelsea Green turns on Mickie James and wins that Knockouts Championship. That's personally for me the perfect way I would like to see this built between now and Sacrifice, and then to Rebellion. But that's all for me anyway. If there are additional matches added to the show between now and Sacrifice, I will do a mini video as well to give you an update on the updated card. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are your predictions for the show? Are you looking forward to Impact Wrestling's Sacrifice? If you do like this video, like I say, and you want to see more Impact content on this channel, I highly recommend that you hit that like button right now. Share it with a friend as well. Let's spread the word of SCW. And like I say, if you haven't subscribed already, because recently we're getting quite a big percentage of people that are not subscribed to the channel watching these videos, so please subscribe, and you know each and every time then a video is released. I do like to do at least one Impact video once every couple of weeks, and of course they're also very popular with questions on the live Q&As as well. But that's all for me. Check out these videos on the side of the screen right now. Have yourselves a great day. You've been watching SCW on YouTube. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. All the best. I'll see you next time.